We finally know when the first DLC for Frontiers of Pandora will release, as the Skybreaker DLC pack will be available on July the 16th. Avatar Theory here, hope you're doing well and having a fantastic day. And recently at the Ubisoft Forward event, they gave us a trailer which briefly gave us our first look at the Skybreaker DLC in terms of the story pack. However, in this exclusive breakdown video, I want to show you the first gameplay for the Skybreaker, and a huge thanks to Ubisoft for providing me access to this B-roll footage which was recorded on the PlayStation 5. Now I will of course have many more breakdown videos in the coming days, but this first look will be broken up into different chapters. First we'll be looking at the Zakru Migration, and you can clearly see there is a ton of Zakru walking on screen, which just showcases their sheer size in the game. As they are migrating to a different area, it really gives us our best look, I believe, of the Zakru in the game. And one thing to note is that you can clearly see your character riding on a Direhorse, which is a different color, and more on that in a moment. As your character is riding up the hill, hints to a new area in the Skybreaker DLC, one of the many new locations found, which we will explore on July the 16th. One of the descriptions in the Skybreaker DLC states that the Na'vi clans will be celebrating the Great Festival of Games, and here we get our first look at the Great Games camp, and you can see that it is a stunning camp with the Zakru lying peacefully and the colors at the top on the trees, showcasing how the clan is celebrating these games with different material, paint, and again I really love how they showcase the size of the Zakru. As your character progresses through the camp, you can see many Na'vi celebrating due to their victories against the RDA, just playing about, having fun, and being peaceful. And towards the end, you can see a Zakru walking to get some water as your character looks up, showcasing the beautiful vistas of this new expansion. The Heart of the Plains will be a new map area in this DLC, and although the exact size is still unknown, just immediately you can see how it differs from some of the other areas in Frontiers of Pandora. Even though this is captured on a PlayStation 5, it is still visually stunning to look at, especially when your character is flying on top of the Ikran, showcasing some of the new areas that we'll be visiting. You can also see when this area turns to night, how the bioluminescent lights really brings out the color in this area, certainly making this a highlight of the new area that we'll see in the Skybreaker DLC, especially when you're running on top of your Direhorse. The great games also have different challenges, which you briefly saw in the announcement trailer, but looking at the gameplay, it goes a bit more into detail, where you can see there are some jumping challenges, some challenges where you will be on top of a direhorse needing to shoot with an arrow, as well as what seems to be a race of some sort, likely against time, which will hopefully give you certain unique rewards. I do hope that this adds some replayability, which you can do over and over, trying to increase your time. And the same goes for the archery section. This was something I really wanted to see in Frontiers of Pandora, and I'm happy to see this brought in the DLC. But again, it depends on how the replayability will work, if this is a one-time thing, or if you can try it over and over to essentially improve your score. Now, one thing many people have asked for is Direhorse customization, and it seems that there will be new interactions and Direhorse colors that you can use in the Skybreaker DLC. In this gameplay, you can clearly see the player calling a Direhorse, and once the Direhorse arrives, it is a different color, one which I have not yet seen in the game, and this does make me wonder to what extent you can customize the Direhorse. Of course, with this shop being a big thing in Frontiers of Pandora, there will likely be some skins that you can purchase, but nonetheless, I am excited to see different Direhorse skins in Frontiers of Pandora. With new DLC, of course, comes new RDA locations as well as enemies, and the Defender AMP is one of the big threats that you'll face in the Skybreaker DLC. This is a new RDA location that you'll be infiltrating, which although has some similar elements that you've seen before in the base game, once you face off against the Defender AMP, you can see that it does pose a very different challenge, which requires some new tactics and also brings a few new animations to the game. There is still a lot to discover and break down from all this gameplay and footage that we've received on Frontiers of Pandora, the Skybreaker DLC, but again, I do want to thank Ubisoft for providing me this B-roll footage, and you can expect much more content on Avatar in the coming days. If that's something you want to stay up to date with, then why not click the subscribe button and let me know in the comments below what you think of this gameplay. What would you like to see from the Skybreaker DLC? And for more Avatar content, have a look at the rest of my channel. Until next time, have a fantastic day, stay safe.